Hey, my bad. I'm trying to get a towel. What's up? All right, so I just did some back stuff. Sunny, right? Right. I'm going outside. I was just inside for a bit, and I'm going to go to the standing shoulder press and probably go. Hey, probably uh, go back inside. All right. I'll probably go back inside after I do this standing because I don't really have anything else out here. Let's see. Hey.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
What's up? I'm about to do some shoulders right here. You're not on here.
No.
Okay. All right. Thanks. All right. Hey, y'all. Wait, where you been? Hold on. Don't try to pull a fast one on me. Hold on. Let me get in here real quick. Baggin, where you been at? Where you been? I'm just kidding. You supposed to been in here. People been acting up in here. And no. Tabitha's been holding it down though, so it's okay. That's why it's good to have multiple mods because they can pick up each other's slack. Oh, what's the question? Oh, that's an interesting way to spell it. Yeah. Oh no, I feel you. That okay. So that's a good excuse. Oh yeah, good afternoon. But yeah, it's still 7:45 here in Houston. All right, y'all. So what we got here? We got some shoulder press. Hold on. There we go. Let me I'm gonna change the angle in a sec. See, this feels really good. Remember I told you guys, like, sometimes when you don't get the right angle, I feel like when you don't get the right angle, it's like, there we go. When you don't get the right angle, it's like you're like pushing like in a weird plane. You saw that warm up. It was like smooth, right? Like right in the right plane. You know what I mean? It doesn't get any better than that, other than dumbbells. Dumbbells, free range, free weight. You really kind of just go with the natural path. Some of these little seated little guys, like these, see, I can't get the plane right. And just like remember I showed you guys a couple times inside the other one. Yeah, it felt okay. I mean, it was like very intricate to get that plane right. I look like your big brother? Okay. All right. Anyways, y'all just crazy. Y'all crazy. Okay, so yeah, get them likes up. Let me stop. I sound like all them TikTok folks talking about get them likes up. I'm not doing this until all the likes are da-da-da. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I should do something like that. I'm not going to work out I'm not going to do my set until you get the likes up. You know, like bribing you guys. Like, that's crazy, right? Don't do that. Or I could do like a parody about it, like, and it's just all fun and games. But nah, people just be, don't get me started. Don't get me started. What's up, y'all? All right. Let's see how these warm-up sets feel if I'm gonna go up to 70. I mean, last time I came back to this machine for the first time, I just did 60. Quick with it, right? I know. It's like you can't even, like, you try to read it and it's just gone. Drunk? Oh, that's the question. Hold on, let me go back. No, I don't. I wanted to see what you said before. Okay, no, I'm a lightweight, 2 drinks, and I'm already like, hey guys, what's up? Like, no, because it's like, it's just, I feel like I'm sensitive to, not in any weird way, but truly, like, it doesn't take much at all. And then it'll be like some wine or something. I haven't really had any like real alcohol, when I say real alcohol, liquor, in like a while. So, and I don't, you know, it doesn't bring back good memories. Like I'm feeling like, eh, you know. So I'm not really sure. I feel like I noticed a little bit of a change. Like when I started, like, since I've been in the gym for these 5 years, when I drink alcohol, it feels different. So I'm not really sure if it's like how it's being processed in my body or what, or maybe I'm just not eating as bad. So something with the, don't quote me, but could be like age related, you know, after you get to a certain age. I don't know. No, because there's old folks who really be kicking back those drinks. So I don't really know, but I'm not really into drinking for real. It doesn't make me feel, I mean, don't get me wrong. It gives you like a little buzz or whatever. Who wants past anything like a buzz? For me, like anything past that, I mean, it's a fine line. Like the buzz to where you're feeling drunk and you're just like, I'm drunk. Like I'm drunk. And then the next day you feel like it's in your system. Like I like waking up fresh. I don't like waking up feeling like, oh, I still have alcohol in my system. Great. You know? There's this fine line between like that nice little buzz where you can have like a little social thing and you can kind of feel like your inhibitions are down a little bit. You know, you can talk how you want to talk, do what you want, like that. But anything past that, nah. So to answer the question, how about you? You know, who be really drinking for real in here? The warm up. Where y'all come from? I turn around and there's like a whole bunch of people in here. You said high carbs. What you trying to say? Look, we covered this yesterday, okay? Hey, you know, I've been putting on some size. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like, you gotta eat to be able to put the muscle here. Like I'm telling you, like, not really, I don't see any other way, but let's say, like I look at like, yeah, the fat accumulation and the size I'm putting onto my frame, but you gotta eat, right? Like you gotta eat. So you're just like, I've been eating, you know? So yes, you know, but no, we're gonna work on the cardio. Look, that's why when people ask me, oh, you're gonna compete, right? Like I'm like, no, I'm not. No. And you know, another reason, I've given you guys my reasons. Another reason is like, I'm not trying to be on anybody's time schedule. Like I gotta do this by a certain amount of weeks. And I gotta do this amount of cardio. No. If I don't feel like doing cardio today when I get ready to leave, which I don't think I'm gonna do it today. I wasn't planning to do it today anyways, but like, you know, then I'll skip it. Cause guess what? There's a new day. There's a new day. There's a new day to do. Like I'm not, that's when I think the fun it gets removed. You get what I mean? So, hey, that's all I can say. It's not on my bucket list at all. Like, and I'm not gonna lie. Not that I'm trying to do like a super big flex. I feel like if you look good and you got a good body and stuff, and you're not competing for a show, that's more of a flex. Cause like, no, I'm really doing this. Like, you know, on the flip side, if that makes sense. Let's go right here. Sometimes, you know, I know them. I don't know if I want to get them on the screen. I know you guys are, why you got people on the screen? Whatever. They be recording too. They be having their own little pages, channels, whatever. They be all into their stuff. No, what'd you say?
I keep flexing the background.
Oh, do you really? Oh, okay. I didn't even notice it.
I was wondering if anyone said it to you yet or not.
I didn't check. No, because I was actually just telling them like I want to be respectful. I don't know, like if you want to be on the. thing today.
I don't
but
care.
no, but that's what I figured because y'all be having your pages.
Gym etiquette.
Yeah, you know, I'll be teaching them like some stuff like about like all the.
She knows.
Yeah, right. Wipe down your equipment, put your weights back, you know, all the little basic stuff. So,
Exactly.
anyways, how y'all doing?
Doing good.
That's a little strategy, huh?
Yeah, I learned this from the guy. His name was. I'm forgetting his name. He had the world's strongest strip curl.
Oh, okay.
The brother will remember when he comes back.
Okay.
But Leroy.
Oh, okay.
His name is Leroy the Machine Walker.
I'll look him up.
I used to have tendonitis in my elbow.
Right.
Just for training. And so he was like, get
Get
a
a
towel,
towel.
and you can't cheat for the wrist.
Okay.
There's no way to like, you know, with the
Yeah.
rope, you see people like pulling down and then the rope comes out, like
Yeah.
pulling out. So this makes you keep that wrist integrity. So you have to pull. through your
Oh,
wrist.
gotcha.
So then you keep that integrity through your elbow.
I gotta try that. All right, thanks. All right then. No, they're twins. They What? What are we talking about? Y'all be guessing. No, I know. We always talk. I always talk to them. They look. The reason I'm hesitating is because like sometimes you guys be assuming stuff, and then I really be having to be like, no. I always be talking to them like we just stop and talk about like various different things, and they be having their channel. They got like a twins channel or a twins page. They had an eating challenge page and things like that. So they do their own little social media stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they got like a brand. So they be telling me, they actually be giving me like little techniques and stuff. All right. Did you guys see him flex in the background? He was trying to be on the live. Yeah, no, no, they're not. I told you guys. I'm telling you, everybody who's seen me in here before, which most people have because I'm coming every day, well, 5 days a week, and they're coming 5 days a week. Like, they see me before. You know, when you've seen somebody before. If you haven't seen somebody before, you're like, oh, okay, what's that? Past that, like I said, and that's fine. I'd rather people not really get used to the idea of me. I don't know if that doesn't make sense, right? But you get what I mean. Like, then nobody really is trying to holler. They're like, oh, you know, either they've already tried to holler, okay, or I've seen them so many times, it's like, oh, hey, there's Arlyn. Like, you know, if that makes sense. It's like you've been at the job for a while and bye, see ya. Okay, you know what I mean? Bye. Okay, so, you know what I mean? Like, you've been at the job, you see like a new lady come, you're like, oh. But then after 2 years, you're like, oh, you know, there's, what's her face? You know what I mean? Like, it's like that. It's like that. You still might find her attractive, this, that, and the third, but you're like, oh, no. Like, she cool, we cool. If that makes sense. All right, what we got? We got 45. Let's go to... We can go to 6. Let's go 60. Sorry, I'm getting notifications. People be commenting on my page, and it's okay. I want you guys to comment, and I try to comment as much as I can back. But they be commenting in Spanish, or they be commenting in their language. But luckily, YouTube has a feature where, yeah, you can translate it. Which is actually, you know, it's actually pretty cool. The coolest thing I've seen lately with the translation, my Walmart delivery person, like, I literally just answer my iPhone and then it says, this call is now being translated. Like, I'm like, what? I've never even heard that. And then the words start coming up on my screen. I'm like, how? I didn't even enable that. Because it's something with I don't know if it's something with the iPhone now. I even looked it up after. I was like, wait, how did that happen? And then it was like the person who's calling you, they do some type of like feature on their side. So bro was talking like in Spanish. I could hear him in the background like da 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 da, and then the lady's voice would repeat it back in English. So he was like, I'm trying to find your apartment, da 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 da, and I'm like, oh okay. And so I'm talking English, and then the lady's voice will repeat it back in Spanish. You know, so I was like, whoa. It's not that cool, but it caught me off guard because I didn't really know that iPhone did that. They be like sneaking little different features on us, and it's just like you just gotta like. And I feel like I don't even know all the features. You know, like I feel like I have this phone. This is the 16 Pro Max, and I probably don't know all the stuff. Imagine hearing this in the gym. Yeah, well, you know what? I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. There's like absolutely nobody around me actually. Like, look, I'll tell you. I mean, I'll show you. There's like literally nobody in this vicinity right now. They're like either scattered on that side. So you think you're clowning. You think you're coming for me, but you're really not. I'm just saying. You want to change up the energy real quick, huh? All right, y'all. So this is 50. Let's do 60. All right, y'all. Let's see how this feels. I need to go up for sure. Like, so let me make the best of this. Even if it might feel hard, you know what I mean? Whew. All right, 60. I mean, like, what do we want to do? What do y'all want to do? Like, let's make this like a little interactive. Like we could like do a little vote, and then I do whatever you guys tell me to do. That's crazy, right? Right, that's what I'm saying. See, people, it's like some of y'all don't have any clue. Like, it's cool. I'm not even gonna get mad. But yeah, this is a good time. Like the 5 a.m. crew, 6 a.m. crew, 7 a.m. Like right now it's 8. It's still fairly, you know, people are coming and going, but it's a nice mix. Well, it's a nice flow, if that makes sense. It's not overcrowded. Everybody can spread out, you know, everybody has their own little machine. But catch this place on the weekends. Whole parking lot is full. Like, you can't get to machines. All right. Let's go ahead and hit that 70 for 8. I'm scared. I probably should go to 65, but it's kind of like, it's one of those things you're just like, if I'm gonna do 65, may as well do 70. It's not that much far off. You would think it's not, though. Sometimes those little increments feel heavier. All right, what did I miss? Hey, big. 70 for 70 likes. We could do that. Oh, it's like a little interactive, little fun thing. You know, whatever. Nah, but I told you, I kind of cringe when people would be like, they be trying to bribe their followers or their community, and they'd be like, yeah, I'm not doing anything. Like, I literally saw this lady have a sign. It wasn't in the gym. It was like just on her live. I'm not speaking until you get them likes up. So people were just like liking and stuff, or sending her like gifts and stuff. And then I don't even know if I saw her talk while I was on. I was like, let me just sit here and see like she's gonna talk, you know? But people like, and I'm like, y'all, not really y'all are stupid, but like, not y'all, them. Because if someone, why would you want to sit on somebody's live and they're trying to bribe you, like they're like begging you to support them? You're gonna support either way, right? You would think. So then are people that desperate to hear this lady talk? But I do think maybe it's this little weird little social thing where it's like, oh, we can control her, you know, we can control her based on our actions, then she will take another action. So I'm like, no, nobody's got time for that. All right, I'm still resting up. I still feel like a little bit of fire, a little bit of, so I just want to be totally ready to go. Part of me is like, no, I shouldn't have got a 70. Well, we'll see. We'll see regardless. Hey, y'all. Thanks. Yeah, I'm still fine. I need to fine tune. It's one of those things where you're just like, I'm not as lean as I need to be. Like we can really see what's popping, what's really happening. If I go ahead and lean down a little bit more, go ahead and lean down, but I'm just scared to lose muscle. I mean, it's a thing. So that'll be my homework. Like really figuring out like what the best way, the most proper way. I mean, based on my reading, it's just been like, you got to do a slow, steady, snail pace cut. Or just keep cardio incorporated, like period. You just continue to do cardio throughout. You don't do like the phases per se. So I guess everybody has different ways. All right, let's go 8. Let's go 8. Okay, JR. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, let me know. I'm taking tips. You know, not those type of tips. I'm taking tips. I'm always open for tips. Especially, I mean, if you know what you're talking about. I don't take tips from people who just be trying to be weird about it. But if you genuinely like say, no, like here's how to do this more efficiently. All right, here we go. Let's go 8. Ooh. Honestly, I'm gonna try to make this first rep a good rep so we can go ahead and count it. If it's not a good rep, we're not gonna count the lift off, if you know what I mean. Whew. 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 Did y'all count? I lost track. I feel like it was like 8. I know somebody counted. I be counting, folks. I know that sounds crazy, right? No, because it's part of the people watching that I told you about. Look, if you're a people watcher, then you already know. But you kind of, I'm not gonna lie, like you'll see somebody lift a heavy weight, right? And you're like, okay, but how many reps can you do? You know, it's like that. And so, like I saw this guy, he was going really, 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 really heavy. He only did like 3 reps, which is fine, but you're like, okay, so what are you training for? Like powerlifting or strength and things like that. But even still, like my understanding is the strength is gonna be like what, like 3, 4, 5 reps, something like that. So anyways, and they weren't even clean. I'm not clowning. I'm just saying like, okay, versus like you see somebody do some weight for like 7 or 8. You're just like, okay. It's all relative though. You can't really size anybody up because you don't know what they're training for. You know what I mean? That's one. And it might look heavy to you, but it's not heavy to them. You know, they're doing 8 because they already worked their way up from 5. They used to do 5, 5, 5, 6. And then they made their way up to 8. So it's not even heavy to them anymore. But to you, it looks heavy. Right? To me, like this 70, it's like I've been trying to play around with this 70 for a while. So some people might think, oh, that's, I don't know. To me, I'm like, I should be progressing, right? It's all good. It's not even like I'm doubting myself. It's true, like it's all relative, and that's why when we get into these debates or conversations about strength and who's lifting heavier, this that, it's really all relative. Especially in the gym, you can use that concept for like a lot of different things, but I feel like in the gym is very much, it very much applies. Everything is relative here, you know. So, okay, what are y'all talking about? Right. Okay, you get it, Miss Ali. You know what I'm saying? You know, I like when I can, because, I mean, I'm kind of a long-winded person anyways. So I like when people can, like, I say a little bit and then people get it instantly. Like, I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, not here, but just about a topic. And I just felt like I had to keep explaining myself. Like, I'm like, no, it's like this. And they're like, wait, so it's like that and like this? I'm like, no, it's like this and like that. And they're, you know, it's just like, you know what? Never mind. You know what I mean? And so I'm just like, if I gotta explain it to you, actually, basically it was on a topic. Hey, what are you doing here? What are you doing here?
Get some vitamin D exposure.
Yeah, I know, right? So would you just take your little walk, get your little, you got your sunscreen on though? No. Who doesn't wear sunscreen? Like, who does that? Can I put you on black? Oh, I'm just kidding. You wanna say hi?
Sure.
Okay. Hey y'all. Wait, let's get some good lighting.
What's going down, everybody? It's the Fragrance Mentor. Remember, look good, feel good, smell good.
Here. Okay, restart. Okay.
What's going on? It's your Fragrance Mentor. Look good, feel good, smell good.
All right.
Get your vitamin D exposure. Wear sunscreen to the gym. Otherwise, Arlyn gonna blast you.
You don't wear sunscreen. Look, I don't think I put mine on today though. I actually. No, he's cool. We be chatting. So. Okay, no, like, remember I keep telling you guys, like, there's some people in the gym who just be kind of like walking past and they be acting like they don't want it to speak. Okay, cool. Me and him, it's kind of like this weird, interesting thing. We just literally started like saying, hey, what's up? You know, like, cause his energy was just like so nice and my energy was like nice too. So, cause okay, let me do my set. Well, basically what I'm saying is we didn't have to do that weird, awkward phase, like, just let's run into each other while we're re-racking the stuff. No, it was just genuinely, he came up to me one day we just like hugged it up and the rest was history. Like, yeah, so that's why I'm saying, you know, there's a lot of people that are just like good people, good energy. I be teasing him. Okay, we're gonna count the first, like you know the rules. You know the rules. At least 8. The breathing is helping me, y'all. If you see me like overexerting my breath, it's because it's truly helping when I do it that way. Whew. We're not gonna force it. I know the last few ones kind of look crazy, but sometimes you gotta do them crazy. But watch it, because shoulders are really, really delicate. So, but it feels good. Everything feels locked in, you know? It doesn't feel like, you know, I told you I kind of like tweak this sometimes. Everything feels in place like it's supposed to. So, right, heavy for a few reps of strength, which I get it, right? So then you find yourself, like, if you find yourself people watching, you're like, oh, but he only did like such and such weight, like such and such reps. But you gotta stop yourself, because you're like, you gotta be like, what is he training for? Or the other thing I thought of, you don't know if he went back to get a few more reps after he already did the set. You didn't even see it, because that's what I did this morning on my lat pull downs. I came down, I didn't get as many reps as I wanted to. I got like 7, took a break, whatever, came back, got 3 more. Sometimes I do that, you know. Like yesterday on my hip thrust, I was supposed to get to 8, I got to 7, and it just wasn't sitting right in my soul that I didn't get that last rep. So I took a break. It's very short, seconds. Got ready to unrack, went ahead, got 3 more. But I don't know, like, doesn't really count. when you go all the way to 8, back to back to back to back to back after 7, it's like that's a quick succession of reps. Versus if you did 7 reps and went back for 3, who knows? It's the science. Only science knows. All right, y'all. So, this is going pretty well. So let's go ahead and just keep the weight the same. I've been second guessing myself sometimes when I'm like lifting off. I'm like, wait, what if I lift off and it's like the wrong weight? But then I feel it out. I'm like, wait, it doesn't feel imbalanced, so I think I'm good. So every so often I'll check, make sure that's the right weight on there. All right, let's catch up on some stuff. You never say a little bit chit chat. Stop lying. Wait, where you been? Big Piff. Yeah, you're gonna have to explain yourself. Who can't be thinking? Right. Oh yeah, I'm catching up. It's weird trying to approach a woman while working out. Yeah, I'd say like in the middle of the set for sure. That's against all etiquette, all gym etiquette. You don't really stop people. You don't really even try to I wouldn't really re-rack stuff while they're on their machine either. If you have what are they playing? Can you hear this? Okay, so again, I told you the strategy. The strategy is you gotta like plant these little seeds. You gotta be like, hey, I'll help you re-rack that. Okay, cool. And then that's the seed for the day, But then you're gonna remember that person they're gonna remember you, and then you're gonna plant another seed. I don't know. Don't ask me. You guys can do whatever you want to do. I just think that's a good technique, right? You're already acquainted. You're already getting acquainted, and then the brain has the processing center of facial recognition. Not really facial recognition. It's like a facial center of the brain that remembers people's faces, right? That's a thing. I'm telling you. It's kind of interesting. It's really actually interesting. I was wondering if they had a center in the brain for recognizing voices, because it's another one. But I think it's just, you guys correct me if I'm wrong. Is it like is it just faces? All right, let me flip through. Hey y'all. Okay, track and field. I get all types of things. I look like track and field. I look like I play a sport. All these different things. But that lets me know I need to dial in myself better, because I don't really want to look like an athlete. I told you guys that. I'm trying to, I don't know, I guess I'm trying to put together my own little my own little hybrid whatever. We'll see how it works out. All right, let me go back in for the third set. Let me get my mind right. I gotta get my mind right on this. So what you guys think about all this streaming stuff? All this kick stuff? I thought it was just me. I was watching something this morning. I don't know what podcast that was, but they were talking about how Dean the Great, I'm trying to get rid of this glare. Let's just go right like that. And AB are like all over everybody's, because I thought it was just my algorithm, but it seemed like it's not just me. Like, they are just kind of doing their little stream stuff. But they were kind of criticizing this podcast I was on. They were like, yeah, everybody's just living in this day and age to like, they like live life on the stream just to be able, for people to be able to capture clips, like viral clips. So you just keep recording, streaming until you get those viral clips. I don't know if that's the play. All right, let's go. 8. Whoo. Let's go. I think it was 8. I don't know, y'all. I've been losing track. I can count. I promise you, I can count. It's just sometimes I'm just like, I told you the way I count. Sometimes it's like interesting. I'll count regularly, right? But sometimes it's like a grouping. I get to 5. I'm like, okay, I'm in the clear. Anything past that, I kind of know more of the movement than the number. If that makes sense. It's like it's more of the repetition of, I think I went down about 3 more times. I'm telling you, it's hard to explain. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all might be like, no, we don't know what you're talking about. But it felt like 8. It felt like 8. You know, that's all I can say. So, how many, just rewind it, honestly. That's the beauty of YouTube Live. I don't think you can do that on any other platform. I got my, what is it, ×3 bar system going. Okay, let me look that up, because I don't really know what that entails. Do I lock out or lock in? Well, I lock in. Now gotta go ahead and lock in before I start, right? I don't know if you were talking about, do I lock out at the top? But I used to do that. People were like, stop doing that. That was a while ago. Like somebody came in my comments like a while ago on on my videos. You gotta stop locking out. It was a habit. Cause it's like you could rest. You gotta rest when you're doing that. It's like maybe subconscious. Anyways, what's the word on the street these days, y'all? That's the play, lady? Right. But see, these people are on like kick and stuff. Look, I see this neon guy. I don't know, nothing really seems that interesting about him, I'm not gonna lie. It's not about being attractive, but right, if you're attractive, so he's not that attractive. So you're like, okay, what is it? You know, he seems kind of silly, corny, whatever. So I'm like, what is it, right? You know, with the neon guy. But he is kind of like personable, I will say that. He'll have guests on there and he'll be talking to them and stuff. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's that. Then I went to his YouTube channel. It seemed like he's been doing YouTube since he was like very, very young, like middle school, right? So, okay, I get it. He's really just put that time in and things like that. Because I was like, where do these people be coming from? You know, where where did Dean come from? So the podcast I was watching, they were like, where did Dean come from? Like, you wouldn't really know, right? So, it's kind of interesting. But I do like, I don't watch Larry Wills, his live streams, actually. I just watch the stuff he uploads to YouTube after the fact. But I think it is kind of like an interesting concept, because kind of like what we're doing now, we're kind of interacting. It's like real time. You guys are telling me stuff, I'm reacting in real time. It's kind of like this like interactive thing, if that makes sense. All right, I got one more of these. I'm not bashing. Wait, what are you? Oh, sorry, I can't read. I apologize. I'm not bashing. No, because it looks like what are you bashing? Okay, what are you basing attraction on? Looks, monetary, or status? Oh, attraction like physical. Like for example, like you got what's his name? Black Boy Max. They're calling him Gay Boy Max. That's funny. They're saying he's doing some gay baiting. He's attractive, right? Hands down. Like you see. Anyways, I don't expect the guys to comment on this, but at the same time, I think everybody can relate in that. Right? There's some people that are just like more in like the attractive category, and some people are just like, nah, you're all right. Like, if that makes sense. So that's what I mean. So sometimes people naturally stop on your page if you look good, period. And then past that, what else do you have? You know? Look, I'm not the one who made this up. Don't shoot me. So I'm just saying that everybody's got their, like, for example, that SS Sniper girl. She's pretty, like, she's attractive, right? So they were actually criticizing her because they were like, the reason she blew up is because people would stop on her videos and just watch because she's attractive, right? Because her reactions aren't, they were just saying she just literally sits there and watches the video. She doesn't really add anything that's like earth shattering to the, you know. So, hey, no, you're fine. Okay, where do you want to go?
No, I'm just going to shoot this way so I'm not.
No, you're fine. Okay. Yeah, do what you gotta do. Yeah, whatever you want to do. I'll probably go right here. Okay, so what else we got? Humans like physical attraction, but substance, right? You know. I was talking to my friend the other day, my friend from college. She called me the other day, or yesterday. She was like, yeah, I gotta start figuring out my future. I gotta start thinking about my future. You know what I mean? Because we were just talking, I was like, oh, you got a boo? She's like, well, I got this prospect, but I was like, is he cute? First of all, first things first. Get that out the way. Let me stop. She's like, nah, not really. His teeth. I was like, what did I say yesterday? The teeth. You guys think I'm clowning. I'm not. She was like, yeah, he's got a bit of a gap. I was like, see, told y'all. I told y'all about them gaps. Let me stop. So she's like, no, but I'm trying to like look past that. You know what I mean? I'm trying to look past that. He seems ambitious. He seems da-da-da-da, right? So she's all like this and like that. And I was like, okay. But I just was trying to tell her that like, I'm like, so basically what you're telling me, you're sacrificing attractiveness for your future, right? You're settling, basically, essentially. She's like, I mean, I guess that is what I'm doing, right? I'm like, I don't know. You can't just jump off the deep end like that. Okay, here we go. 8, let's go 8. Ponder that for a second and then we'll get back to that. Whew. Whew. Ha. Cha. Choo. Cha. Cha. Whew. Whew. Da. Yep, I tried. Let's take these 2 off and we'll get some more reps. That's the only way to do that, I feel like. If you don't get your reps, you gotta drop it real quick and go get more than you missed out on. I still don't even know if that counts. Whew. Whew. Ooh. 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 Yeah, breathing was kind of all over the place. A little bit. It still had like a little cadence to it, but sometimes I get in those little short breaths. All right. A gap in 2026 is a deal breaker. Okay, so right, everything is like 2026, like this in this day and age, like that's some old stuff. That's so gaps are played out. Let me stop. No, I mean, hey, I think people like here. Okay, that's what I think. If you got a gap, something else is like really popping about you. You know, maybe. I think that's what it is. Because sometimes I'd be like, you see like maybe a couple and one of them's got a gap, you're like, what's up? It's because somebody has some really good feature about them that makes you overlook. Like they might be really funny, you know, they might be like really caring, right? Okay, fine. So past that, anyways, you guys are, if I keep going, you guys are gonna be like, I'm clowning. But anyways, don't shoot me. My friend brought it up yesterday. I didn't even ask her. You know, we were on the phone. I haven't really told her all my little views about the gaps and stuff. She brought it up. I was like, see, I'm not the only one. But see, the thing, she was like, well, I can't really talk because my teeth are crooked too. I'm like, see, so it's kind of like, you get into, okay, is crooked wrong? Are gaps wrong? But I told her about my little dilemma. whatever. I'm gonna just have to research these. I'm gonna have to just research these braces. I know it sounds crazy, but that's what I asked my dentist. I was like, how can I go this many years and my teeth were perfectly straight and now they want to start shifting? She's like, it just happens. They have like, you know, I don't know. I think she said it's like ligaments and they're just like live. Teeth are still kind of like live things. That's kind of what she's trying to explain. Like they don't just stay stuck. They're moving and they're like shifting like any other live thing would do. That's kind of how she explained it. So, all right, y'all. I'm gonna do some lateral raises. I think I'm gonna go over there because they have the half increments. Superhero build. I keep it real and single. I'm working man, handsome, and full grow material, well fit. I do it all. Okay. Okay, Zach. Dental health. But see, gaps and crooked teeth aren't health per se. You know what I mean? They're just how your teeth are grew in or are growing in and shifting and things. So it's not really about health, right? That's a whole nother story, right? You could have perfectly clean teeth, healthy teeth, but they're also not cosmetically aligned, if that's what you want to call it. Anyways, I brought up that story to just say that I still don't believe in the compromise. She's at the phase, I think she's, let's see, I'm 30, I'm about to be 37, she's 38. She's like, I gotta look out for my future. You know, I gotta stop looking at attractiveness as like, hey, you know, the end all be all. She's like, you know, I'm picky, so I really need to start branching out. I couldn't co-sign that and like agree. I'm like, no, because who you're with, you got to be attracted to that person. I don't know why she was saying that. I was trying to talk her off the ledge. All right, let me do some warm-ups for the lateral raises. I gotta go on this row because it's kind of like congested at the dumbbell rack. Let's see. Hold on. Then some people want to be right in front of the dumbbell rack. Like, can you move? Okay. So anyways, I don't know what topic we're on right now, but like this morning I woke up, well, not even this morning, it was like yesterday. I was like feeling my legs, just like touching them. I can feel that muscle in there, you know what I mean? It's under there. So it's like, it's some solid muscle under there. That's all I'm trying to say. So I'm not really trying to mess around with this cut stuff right now. I'm not making sense. Hold on, let's get closer to the dumbbell rack. They moved. Just because you find someone good looking doesn't mean they're a good person. But if you ain't attracted, it's gonna be hard. Right, so then look at what you're saying. It's like an oxymoron kind of, if that makes sense. Right? Look at what you're saying. Just because you find somebody, you can have somebody attractive, but they're not a good person. But then you have a good person, and then they're not attractive. So then they both not last, right? Because you end up not being attracted to them long term, or you end up not liking their personality, not liking them. They're a bad person in the long run. So then you're still stuck at the same spot at the end of the day. Something that you don't like, for real. So what's the answer? Just get with somebody who they're cute enough. They're cute. You know, they may not be drop dead gorgeous, whatever. I don't know. Who knows the formula? You know what I mean? Then you add in money, right? Are they paid? You know? People jump off the deep end. for that, you know. It just adds another level of complexity to the whole thing. I really think, like, not me, but I totally can see that. Right? Would you rather be like literally broke, paycheck to paycheck? Look, it's like a poll question. I don't know who this will apply to. I guess men or women. Because if you see like a nice lady, you know, she got her whole business going, whatever, she's paid, whatever. And maybe you're not, right? But you guys are vibing, and she's got it handled. Y'all don't have to worry about nothing for real. So, but she's not cute. She's not really cute. So, would you rather be broke, living paycheck to paycheck, or just okay life, whatever, with somebody who's like a baddie? And it's like, whatever combination. What is the combination? All right. And then on the flip side, for ladies can do that more than men, maybe. I don't know. I'm just guessing. It's kind of crazy, right? No, because livelihood is huge. I mean, you can live one life with somebody and then go live a totally different life with somebody else. See the world, don't have to worry about nothing. Bills taken care of. You got the best chef. You eating the best foods. You go, you know, all types of stuff handled. You know what I mean? But he's not cute. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, we can make you cute. I don't know. I don't know. You know, there's stuff. All right. What is this, 25? I forgot what I did last time. What did I do? I did a 27.5. That's what it is. That's what it was. Cause see, they were cool. I'm dying. For anyone watching this, okay, what's wrong? Belt different. 1988. Which one? You talking about which one did you not like? Belt different. I mean, if you're gonna comment on form, share with everyone. What is that proper form? Share with me. I already told you. Okay, I need to fix that. What are you trying to say? Y'all be coming in here like it's like you're basically saying don't follow her form, fix your form, right? But you're not telling us what to do. You're telling people not to do it. So then you're still not helping anybody, right? You're still. So what are you trying to do? You're trying to gatekeep. Only you hold the knowledge. Only you hold the good form. Anyways, okay. Pay the bills. All right, I'm just kind of getting through these comments. Let's get some water. We'll get some water. So basically, I'm gonna do some lateral raises. Let me just say, weightlifting is a smart thing to do, but why do they call them dumbbells? Nothing offensive. No, I know, the dumbbell. I don't know why they're called dumbbells. That's interesting. I don't know. I never really thought about it. Look, I'm like literally trying to figure out, I'm trying to figure out why they would call it that. You're right. Like, why would they call them dumbbells? Maybe because they're just kind of like there. So they're kind of like dumb. Let me stop. I don't know. I'm not even going to try to figure it out. Got some water. Hold on. Chin ups? No. I'm just doing lateral raises. Oops. Hold on. The workout's paying off. Yeah, I'm not trying to listen. I mean, look. I mean, yeah. My form might be off on some stuff. I mean, right? Somebody could always probably come along and be like, something's wrong with you. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're doing something wrong, but whatever. Hey, how are you? Good, how are you? All right. Hold on, let me get back to my little area. No, but I do take form tips for sure. I just said that earlier on the live. Feel free to share that, you know. But if you're coming kind of funny, like don't listen to her, and you know, then why should they listen to you? Because you're not even trying to help anybody. All right. Let's see. Yeah, right now it's like streaming while I'm working out. It seems like I don't know if it's the best way to do it, but that's what we're doing. You know what I mean? I was like, how can I keep putting out some videos and stuff for you guys? Because like I wasn't for a little bit, and I was like, okay, I don't know, it just kind of stumbled. I don't know if it stumbled into my lap or whatever. I stumbled into it. Like somebody was like, I'm just doing live on TikTok, just start going live. So I was like, all right. You guys don't know how long I was spending editing videos. I'm not gonna lie. I know it's probably like, oh, that's unspoken. You're not supposed to talk about your editing of videos and how much. No, I'm just being honest. Especially if, see, the thing is, I don't like janky stuff for real. So I would spend some time going back over the stuff. And don't get me wrong, I'm not an expert. So I'm playing around with Final Cut Pro. Then half the time, my computer storage would be like, you're running out of storage. Please start deleting stuff. So then your computer's like going haywire. You're just like, I'm just trying to edit my video. Anyways, so that's a little backstory. Hey, how's it going? You good? What you trying to, what you doing, lateral raises? You doing some lateral raises?
Yeah, some shoulders.
Okay, yeah, me too.
I wasn't sure if you were talking to the camera right now.
Oh, no, I'm talking to them. Yeah, my bad.
That's all good.
All right. It's humid. That's why. It's hot. It's not even hot. It's not like that blazing hot in the summertime. Cause it got a little breeze. It's just humid. Check out Built Different. See, we could go check out Built Difference account, but who actually is gonna waste the time and energy to go check out somebody to like prove them right or wrong? Who cares? Like, I'm not even. Y'all can do. Look, y'all can do it. You know that saying? What's that saying? It came to mind. Get somebody else to do it. That's get somebody else to do it. Look, they can do it better than I can. Bugs. All right, y'all. Let me scroll down here. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Right. This is all humidity. What you're seeing here, basically. I mean, it's wet, but you know what I mean. I don't know. It's something like with the humidity that I feel like makes you. I don't know. I be trying to explain stuff. It doesn't even make sense. It's not the humidity making me sweat. I'm actually doing the work, but it's just that I'm not getting that cool, dry air. If that makes sense. So I'm wondering, like, I'm doing these 27.5 so I can really be ready to do these 30s. You think we should try it? I can give it a try. Yeah, yeah, and it's like one of the. Remember yesterday I said, don't let them see you sweat. Don't let them like. That's my mentality. I'm not even gonna get on here and start complaining about how editing is so bad and you guys should feel sorry for me. No, I'm not. You know, I'm not that type of person. I'm just letting you know the logistics of the matter. That stuff is. It's just. It takes a while. You know what I mean? I told you yesterday. People get on the internet and start crying about stuff that they chose to do. You know what I mean? This is this and this is that. No, don't do that. Just go ahead and pivot. And that's what I think essentially that I did. It's just like, okay. Time consuming for sure. Actually, let me tell you this. I'm using the YouTube audio library. You know, the free songs. Look, I want some free songs too. I'm using the free audio songs as my background music. Then you start going through the whole library and you're like, I've done these songs before. So then you spend more time looking for the songs and you're just like, okay, I'm out of songs. I already played this song before. So, you know, just a few different things. All right, let's grab the 30s, see how I do with those. How long do I train? I'd say like 2 hours is training, but of course, Ev, you remember the soap. So let me finish the answer. Like 2 hours, like if you just timed me probably like maybe 2 hours, but I be talking to y'all. So it makes it longer. But yes, I made sure. I put in my little, I went to Kroger last night, got the soap, and I don't know. It goes faster. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When you're not putting together like little bars of soap, as the soap starts getting smaller and smaller, the showers take longer. As soon as you get that new fresh soap, I'm like, ooh, yeah. So I'm good. I got the soap. Soap's popping. We good. We back in the game. All right. So look, this happened last time I ran out of soap. I told y'all. Look. Every few weeks, I'm gonna let y'all know when I run out of my soap and start having to do some crazy stuff. Crazy. Thanks for checking on me, Ev. Nah, cause I couldn't make it any other way. There was no way around it. I had to. All right. I think this is definitely gonna be heavy, so don't clown me. This is the 30. How many was it? No, it gets the point. You stop counting. Did you guys see him in the background? He was like imitating me. Look, there was a time where I give you guys my inner thoughts, whatever. I come up here because it's like a big mirror. You got the dumbbells. You got the dumbbells. You got this huge mirror, right? Right, this is just like prime location. Get your work in. But there's times where I be going in and I be feeling like if somebody wanted to think that I was arrogant or self-centered, they would think, oh, she just went over there so that that we could see her, so we could see her. I don't know if it's like this weird thought, like you're thinking this, I don't even know what they're thinking, but I'm thinking that they're thinking that that's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? This weird, I don't know, we all have our little things, and I'm like, part of me is like second guessing myself. Should I be going over there and doing it there? Maybe I should go to a more ducked off spot so people don't think I'm trying to show off, right? I don't know, it's this weird mentality, but I'm like, no, why would I do that? Like I talk myself out of it, because you're just like, that's what people come to the gym to do. They go to the gym to put in work, right? They go to the gym, put that work in. If you look like you're actually putting in work, People can't get mad at you and be like, oh, look at her, she's trying to, you know. So it's kind of interesting how our thoughts work. But I talk myself out of that, if that makes sense. Yeah, you can see your form in the mirror. First of all, exactly. I don't take care. Stop playing. Don't play with me. You got the. Look, if you really wanted to know, just ask, right? You guys lead with the questions like, how much gear do you take? Instead of saying, do you take gear? Yes or no. Okay, then I say no, then you don't even ask me how much. You know what I mean? You see how that works? But you're already asking a loaded question because you're trying to like avoid asking me straight on, hey, do you? Because guess what? I don't. That, you know, y'all be trying to ask these roundabout questions. No, I'll say it again. Basically, when people say that to me, I'm like, you just don't know how far you can take your own body. Because people probably have never tried. That's the thing. Think about that. I'm going to let that soak in. Because I be surprising myself, too. If you've never tried to take your body to this or wherever you want to go, then you're not going to know that you can take your body there naturally. Do you get what I mean? So, of course you're going to be skeptical because you've never tried to. You know? So, all right, we're going to do the 30. I'm trying to find that guy. He just ran off. You think it's heavy? I mean, I go heavy for, okay, yeah, I've heard that before. You're not the only one that said I shouldn't go heavy on the lateral raises. Bugs. Oh, from Nigeria? Wow. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. The lady who braided my hair 2 days ago, she's from Nigeria, and I actually talked to her about it. I've never really asked anybody about Nigeria, like, you know what I mean, to the extent where, like, what is it like there? You know what I mean? I'm not like, asking her, like, what is it like there and stuff, or why did you come here, and, like, respectfully. So she was, like, telling me about all the stuff, and not really how people can get away with stuff over there. It's, like, just all these things. I'm not gonna repeat it. But she didn't like how things go down there. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna repeat. It's not that I don't repeat it. It's just like we talked about so many different things that I learned. And then I was asking her, you know, I'm American, right? My heritage is Black American. So I asked her, I was like, if you didn't know me and I didn't speak, and you didn't hear my voice, what would you think? What part of Africa do you think I would be from? You know? Two things I asked her. Do I look like I'm Black American? Do I look like I'm African? Just off. She's like, you look like you're American. And she's like, it's hard to explain. Right? And then two, I was like, where do you think my heritage would have been from? You know? She thinks that I look like way back, it could have been Nigeria. I don't know. It's kind of an interesting conversation. Because we were watching a movie, a little series about the actors were South African, and they had these features, and I was like, do they look like they have these different features? She's like, yeah, that's how South Africans look. They look like Tyla. You know Tyla, the singer? They look like her, you know? Okay. I know you guys told me not to go heavy. Let's just do it again. Let's just do it again. Okay, here we go. I mean, it is heavy, yeah. It's definitely heavy, but it doesn't hurt. I know that kind of sounds ignorant, right? It's heavy, but it doesn't hurt. That's probably not the best way to think about it, but it is kind of an indicator, like, you You see, I'm regrouping after everyone, like, it's not like I'm just like flopping around either. That's kind of what I'm getting at. I feel like it's controlled enough. I'm not feeling any discomfort or pain or any of that stuff too. So, but I get it. I played around with it. I think realistically, I could stay at the 27.5 for what I'm trying to do. So we'll do this about 2 more times. I'm not sure if you're African American or not, but African Americans are mostly derived from West Africa, places like Nigeria. Okay. Right. Yeah. Right. So it's kind of interesting because I was, like I said, I was wondering if she had a keen eye for, you know, what a Black American looks like and what somebody from, like, straight from Africa. I'm calling them, in my mind, I'm thinking thoroughbred. I don't know. That's probably not a good term. But it's true, right? Like, Black Americans, we're kind of like, not watered down. It's like some mixing. There was some mixing going on and things. So I'm wondering, like, how that appears to someone who has an eye for, hey, you like it from Africa. Like, if I was in Africa right now, would people like look at me and be like, oh, what are you doing here? You know? Does the music motivate me? Let's see. Hold on. Let me not miss anybody. Where am I from? I grew up in Virginia. I'm in the U.S. That's kind of where that's where I kind of claim, I guess. Does music motivate me? It gives me hype. Like I said, right before when I leave the house, I'm like already turning on music as I'm walking out the door. Got my headphones on and I'm just walking to my car, like, listening to my stuff. All right, we'll put the 30s back. They're heavy. They are heavy. But I look at it as like little exposures. I'll be at 30 in no time. They definitely can tell that you're... Oh, really? How? What? I don't look... I'm like looking at myself in the screen like, but how do you know? You know what I mean? Virginia Beach. Okay, hey Andrew. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I'm from Northern Virginia. Loudoun County area. All right, y'all. We'll do this one more time. I think we're good. You think do I really? Like, okay, that's what the lady was saying. West African. She's from Nigeria. And she's like, I would think if I had to take a wild guess, your people were from Nigeria. That's what she said. So, yeah. They probably were. Look, let me do my little 23andMe or my, what is it, the heritage dot, what is it called? What are these little sites called? My mom did hers, so I could probably just look at hers. And just see. But I mean, look, I don't know about a lot of you Black Americans who are in the chat. If you got like a white grandfather or a white grandmother. Apparently my grandma's grandparents, one of them was white, I think, right? Because my grandma was really, really, really light skinned. She looks like she could be mixed. And her dad was really, really, really light skinned. It's not just about the light skin. It's that I believe that they had more white they got some more white in them, right? My dad was really, 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 really light skinned. So, you know, I don't know if when y'all start tracking it back a few generations back, if there's just like white there. That's all I'm saying. All right, we'll do it one more time. Okay. Yeah, my shoulders are. They're done. They're pretty much done. I mean, I'm not getting as many reps and things. You know, all race groups come from us. That's why 2 dark-skinned women, people, can make a very fair. Wait, who's speaking? What? You got to say your background first, and then let me say, so we kind of know who. Cause I can't. I'm trying to see the profile pic. Two dark-skinned women people. No, okay. I think I know what you're trying to say, right? Okay. All right. There you go. Yeah, right. So that makes sense. I mean, hey, not really. Who really knows? No, I got it. I feel you. And so, but then when you try to figure it out, you're just like, okay. At the end of the day, does it really all matter, right? If you really want to know, it's like trivia. Like who, you know, if you really want to know your history and the all that stuff, not really what difference does it make. So let's say I go and do my 23andMe, whatever, and then I see all the percentages of what I actually am. And then what do you do with that information? It just sits on the piece of paper. There's really nothing that comes of that. So that's all I'm trying to say. We talk about it, like, you know, it's just, I guess, some interesting conversation pieces. You know what I'm saying? Okay. What? We're just having a conversation. Black American. I just use that as a term to best describe who I'm talking about, right? But yeah, no, you do have, well, you have the Asian Americans, you have Mexican Americans, right? You have, you know, you put like where you're from, your heritage and stuff in front of the American part. So, okay, that'll be the second. I do like those burnout things for the second upper body day of the week, if that makes sense. I mean, well, wait, are you trying to be funny, F? I don't know if it's a sarcasm or not, but no, I'm just like saying that it's really no right or wrong answer. Like, it's not really like I gotta know exactly all the percentages, breakdowns of this and that. But, you know, my heritage has a lot to do with me and my culture. We celebrate a lot. Yeah, but I'm just saying with the gene, okay, let me tell you what I'm saying. You go do the genetic testing thing that I'm talking about, and then it shows you the breakdown of this. Now you're going to run around and be like, yeah, now I'm like this and like that, you know, because the paper told you and the genetic thing told you. But really your culture, right, would you agree that the culture comes from the nature, like the nature, not the nurture part, nature versus nurture, right? That is how you were raised, you know, how you were brought up, how your household was, how your society around you has been. That more feeds into how you're going to act after that. Just because you find out you're from XYZ place, now are you going to start acting like, oh, my thing told me I was Nigerian, therefore I'm going to start tapping in with all the Nigerian stuff that I can. That's what all I'm trying to say. For me personally. You know what I mean? That's all I'm trying to say. It may give some people more insight into, more insight into, really where people came from. I guess that could help them if they really wanted to know. But sometimes you look at those things. I think I looked at my mom's. I don't even remember exactly what it said. I need to go back and look at it. But it was just so many percentages of all these different things mixed to get by. Well, I'm not done yet, but, Anyways. All right. What do we got? Do some arms. Well, we'll just kind of finish the conversation and kind of maybe close out. I'll be here tomorrow. Let me catch up on what y'all are talking about. Feels good in here now, coming from outside. The guy that I told that I told him that it was hot in here a few weeks ago. I told him a couple times at the front. He's being nice to me and stuff. Like, I didn't even know he knew my name. And so sometimes when I come to the front desk and I don't have my little thing, he's like, I got you. I already checked you in. I was like, what? I didn't even know he knew my name. No, but I feel like when you check in, they see your name, so then they just start like naturally like knowing who you are. But they know who you are, but you don't know who they are really. So like this morning, I think he's trying to be nice because I think he knows that the air doesn't work, and he knows that I don't like that. Like I've definitely made it be known. So I think he's just keeping the peace with me. Like, hey, I'll check you in. Don't worry. And that, that's cool. You know what? I do think that goes a little bit of the extra mile. That hey, I feel you. We got a problem going on here, but you're a valued member. I don't know. And he's just like, hey, I got you. Don't worry about it. He's smiling. He's not like in this weird space like, oh, you complained, which I didn't. I don't think it's a complaint. I just told him your air's not working. Is that even a complaint? So I just saw him walk past. He's cool. Okay, let me see. All right. I just say I'm American. A person will know. Yeah, no, I feel you. Yeah. Well, maybe I should. I think I'm being more specific. I'm being more specific because we're talking about like people who are from like straight from Africa, or their generations are from Africa. And what is your differentiation when you say, no, my parents were born here, and then their parents were born here, and then their parents were born here. All my people from however long ago were born here, right? I don't have a partner, Phil, first of all, but I appreciate it. No. So no, they don't have a problem with my gym outfits because I don't have a partner. But that raises a different conversation that I wouldn't even be with somebody that had a problem. I was talking to this one guy. Well, I've been talking to this guy off and on for years, the same guy from college. I'm not talking to him. Actually, we fell out because he was like trying to tell me, don't you think that the outfits are da-da-da? I'm like, no, we're not doing that. So he starts throwing Bible verses at me. I'm like, we're not doing that. First of all, we're definitely not doing that because that's not what God wants. He don't want you throwing Bible verses at each other as like weapons. He's sending stuff like this verse says this and that one says that. And you're trying to tempt men. I'm like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. And then then he comes back months later, like, I was wrong. I realized that that's not even what you're trying to do. Like, I was like, look at the intent. Do I look like I'm running around here like trying to promote OnlyFans? Do I look like I'm actually trying to seduce men and you see me all up in people's face? No, I'm literally on here chatting with you guys, getting in a good sweat and just looking at myself in the mirror, seeing what muscle groups I'm hitting. That's it. That's all there is to it. So to answer the question, I wouldn't be with somebody. Like I've had that experience and I was like, I'm not talking to you anymore. Like, I'm not doing it. So then he had to sit with that thought for a while. Like, you know what? I was wrong. He comes back apologizing. I'm like, you already that already turned me off. Like, because we're not doing that. Because there's nothing wrong with anything that I'm wearing. Okay, so let's see. So that's that. 23andMe is not made up. Wait, my mother is Afro. I didn't say it was made up. Did I, Michael? Jr. Michael? I said like what you're made up of, I think that's probably what I said. I didn't say it was made up. I'm inspiring you? Yeah. I have one child, yeah. Planet of Gorgeousness, thanks. If your family is Polish and you're... Sorry, I'm just like trying to read this. I wish I could like make it bigger. Great grandma was the Polish American. Only your great grandma was the Polish American. Okay. So you guys are kind of like more so saying that you could break down that word more. If you're like born here, just say American. Yeah, but we're just talking about the descriptor. Okay, I'm not gonna fight that. I'm not gonna argue that. I guess I'm just saying when you got like an African person straight from Africa and then you have like somebody like myself, are you gonna say African and then you're gonna say I'm American? Yeah, but if you can see us, then you know that. But if we're like talking just descriptions, like words in writing. How else do you want me to say it? I often wonder, do you just go and consume the culture now? Is that truly going to complete a person? Well, let's see. You live and die in between. I'm just trying to read, but sometimes I can't understand what you guys are trying to get at. Right, anime. Right, you understand what I mean. It's cool to know. I have Finnish and French ancestry and didn't know it. The Finnish guy was a ship captain. Useful? Probably not. Right. Okay, so I think we're kind of on the same page here. That, yeah, all that stuff is like, oh, look at all the stuff I got in me, and look at all the stuff you got in you. No, that's not the same thing. We're just talking. Um, that's different. I do think that's different. Not. Let me try to think what I'm trying to say. It feels like it's different. It seems. Well, if you don't meet your dad till 30, you're gonna get to know him. No, it's not the same. I don't think it's the same. It's not. That's your parent. If I find out that I'm actually like Nigerian, I just genuinely don't believe that I will start doing any of the Nigerian customs or making any of the foods and the cultural things. And why? Because I have the American culture. I've been raised here. This is what I know. This is, no, it's not the same. That's apples and oranges. Maybe I don't know all the examples to give. I still don't think that's your parent. You meet your dad at 30, yeah, you're gonna get to know him. You may not do all the things he does, but you're gonna get to know him. You get what I mean? Your so-called Black Americans are the culture. Everyone copy our stuff and say it's theirs. Wait, Darren, state what you are first. Look, I know what you're talking about. But I feel you, Darren. Everybody wants to say somebody's copying somebody. Yeah, I don't know. We just kind of stumble into these conversations and then they get kind of long-winded and then we kind of shut it down after a while. I do think, look, I would love to continue to talk to you guys about this stuff. Sometimes it gets to the point where I do lose the momentum in the gym. So what happens is I'm literally just kind of trying to clear some of the comments out and get to the end and then we'll kind of like shut it down. But you guys did ask me if I start going live outside of here. So we might actually have to get into that so we could really go in. I'm just kind of reading. Copying your culture is wild. What is your culture? I mean, culture is stuff that you probably don't even know is culture. I'm just putting this little lip stuff on. Down to, let's see. What are some things in, like I was reading something the other day, like there's some Latin American countries, they stand close together when they're talking. They'd be like up into each other's face. Our culture, I read like Americans, they stand back a little bit. They're not doing too much touching when you first meet somebody. Hey, how are you? Da-da-da. Let me touch your face. Let me da-da-da. Right? Those really, like, you wouldn't even notice that's part of culture that we just kind of, various different things. Like I was talking about the deodorant thing. Look that up. 90% of Americans, they say, wear deodorant, and versus other countries, they don't wear deodorant. They either don't wear deodorant. What was that the other day that I shared with you? Why? Because our culture has just made it be like, no, we're not walking around smelling like certain things. You know what I mean? So those might not be the best examples, but it's just stuff that we are used to on a day-to-day in our country, that these are the acceptable things and these are maybe not the acceptable things to do when we're dealing with each other. Yeah, I understand, Ev. You're saying all the stuff that they're great, right? But see, let me, I like to give my 2 cents. It's like you talk about your great, all these like greats, right? Let's be honest, like you didn't know them, so I mean, it's like bragging rights. Like this is what they did, right? But at the end of the day, you never knew that person, kind of. It's like so far removed. So I just want to give you my 2 cents on that. Like, I can see if it was like your grandfather. Like, let's say how to put it? You know the Walmart family, what is the Waldens? Is it Waldens? Correct, don't. Walton. So like she's close, the heir right now, the older heir lady, and I guess her siblings, they still can think back to be like, oh, my grandfather, great. I don't know who started Walmart, but I don't think it's that far removed. So they can actually see, like, I was watching great granddaddy or granddaddy go and do his little store. But you're talking about 6, 7 generations back, and you're like, yeah, so my great whatever started Walmart, and bro, you didn't see him do that. You just reap the benefits, you know. I guess that's kind of like, I think it's just, obviously it's cooler when they're closer. All right, y'all. Oh, hey, Cornell. Thanks for sticking around. I know sometimes it gets a little bit all over the place. I'm not going to lie. I do watch people who stream on YouTube. You know, they have like the horizontal frame ones. A lot of people, some people are doing the vertical, like the mobile versions, which obviously they're really not super scripted or anything. It's not like I have an agenda or whatever. But I know like there's levels to it. You know, I watch some people, they got, okay, here's the topic of the day. They got like, they got their face down here, then they got these images they're showing. I'm like, hey, you know, I'm not there yet. Cultural upbringing can outshadow the whole birthplace of origin. Yeah. Wait, how far am I behind? I'll never get through these. Oh gosh. I just scrolled to the end, y'all. If I missed something that you guys said that you feel like you want me to take a look at. You want to talk about fitness, Chris? What do you want to talk about? We don't, Chris, you're new here. That's how, your noob is showing. Your noob is showing. Like, if you've been around here, you know that anything's on the table. We'll just chat about whatever. Before I lose my little momentum, y'all, I gotta keep it moving. So if you want to stick around, cool. Let me go ahead and just warm up here. The reason I'm saying that is because we just let the conversation go where it needs to go. You know? So, but see, exactly what bro was just trying to say, let's talk about fitness, is probably another reason why I don't want to just talk about fitness. First of all, I'm not a teacher. I've never wanted to claim that I'm educating people or training people in the gym, period. I'm not into coaching. I work out for myself. You know, y'all can ask me questions, but what I'm getting at is I'd rather just talk to y'all about whatever. This is not my whole life and identity. You feel me? So I'm really not really going against that grain of what bro was trying to say. But that lets me know that I need to. I think I'm diversifying myself regardless, right? Because I told you there's some other stuff I want to do here. Told you I was watching this one video. The guy was like, "Oh, people aren't watching my stuff, and I want to go to a different lane." But people are so used to what I've been posting. No, there's a rhyme or reason. I mean, if you really get technical into it, some of these algorithms, if you stay stuck in one lane and you want to switch out of that, it's not going to work out well. It's going to be like, wait, the algorithm is going to be like, what are you doing? So, okay. Hammer curls. Okay. That's 25. All right, y'all. What y'all think? Should we shut it down? Right, that's the thing. Right. So when people come on here, it doesn't faze me. They're like, talk about fitness. Why aren't you talking about fitness? Talk about fitness. And wait, chill out. No, I'm not gonna just talk about fitness. That's how it started. But I do. Let me tell you this right now. I believe, based on some of the comments that are in the comment section, a lot of y'all don't work out. I'll tell you that right now. Some of y'all do. I can tell who. But I think YouTube is just pushing me to a broad horizon of various different people. Right? So either way, we can all relate on these various different conversations, different topics. That's why I'm okay with the conversation going there. Okay, so, all right, y'all. Let's shut it down. We'll, dillfish. What exercises do I do for glutes? My main ones right now, hip thrusts. Okay, I'm going heavy on those, and then I'm doing like more of a like pump day on the hip thrusts. Lunges, reverse lunges, I did those yesterday. And then Bulgarians. And then my little like extra icing on the cake stuff, just more like some kickbacks, cable kickbacks and abductions. And that's like my world of glute stuff. I just want to know, can a lady get away with working out every other? I don't train my chest for various different reasons. I think I've told you, but I don't train chest. So I guess, I mean, I'm sure you can get away with that. I don't. Don't get me wrong. If I have some cuts right in here, if you like more like cuts, you can obviously see I don't have cuts all up in here because I don't train my chest. All right, y'all. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. No, it's not pre-recorded. You can't pre-record and then go live, I don't think. Or maybe you can. You just like play it back. I don't really think you can do that. All right, y'all. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh no, you can grow your glutes. It's just it's taken me a while. You gotta eat a lot. That's what I was telling you guys earlier. I've been eating. I eat a lot. I don't mind eating a lot though. You know, so ZX, I don't like make people follow me and say subscribe. No, if you want to subscribe and then come back, we'll talk about it. I'm gonna be here tomorrow. You can kind of see some of the stuff I do, and then we can ask more questions and things like that. You can ask more questions. We can just kind of do it like that if you want, and go from there. Okay, bye y'all. Bye. I'm trying to get through all this. It just keeps going. Okay. Have a good day, y'all. All right. You guys take care, okay? Yeah. Okay. See, you guys like that. See, we're good. You guys aren't complaining. So, all right. Bye. Take care.